Hi everyone. Are you a mom that realizes that you have to be okay regardless of the situation with your adult child? Whether you're doing it or not, you likely know that self-care is especially important for everyone, but for moms of estranged adult children, you know it's important, but do you know why? And because navigating the challenges of estrangement takes an emotional toll, and practicing self-care becomes a crucial tool, not an option. It truly is not an option for managing pain and grief while nurturing your own well-being. And so today I want to break down this whole concept for you and share with you what it was that changed my self-care habits when I was in your shoes with my own daughter. So my name is Sally Harris, and I'm a mom who walked a difficult road with my own daughter for over a decade. So I get you, and I'm here to let you know that while my daughter's life spiraled, so did mine, and it does not have to be that way. So let's start breaking this down. Like I mentioned, self-care is not an option. It isn't a luxury. It's a necessity. I used to think it was a luxury, right? Because we're always caring for everybody else except ourselves. So really, it's about recognizing your own self-worth and taking intentional steps to ensure that you are leading a life that's fulfilling, balanced, and aligned with your own beliefs and your personal values and your dreams and aspirations. And I want you to hear that again, because that is what is different for everyone. What is a good self-care practice for you is going to be a little bit different than maybe what was for me or for someone else, right? Because we're different people and we like different things, okay? So when you prioritize self-care, you are investing not only in your present right now, but your future well-being. So even though we all want all these transformations, you may not be able to see the results immediately. You are investing in your future self, and you're enabling yourself to be that best version for both you and those around you, including your adult children, who I believe will come back home one day and be a part of your life. And so you're going to be the best version of you that you can be. And so why is it so important? Why is self-care so important? And I've had so many moms ask me that. Number one is it gives you stress management, because Lord knows you need that, right? We all need that when we're going through hard times. You need stress management techniques. Why? Because the emotional weight of traumatic experiences, these seasons of life, like what you are in right now, it leads to massive heightened stress. So practicing the self-care equips you with different tools to manage your stress. Because if you don't manage stress, I think you all know what happens, right? Because chronic stress can and will impact not only your emotional well-being, and it'll exacerbate like feelings of grief, and will have negative effects on your physical health over time. It may not happen right away, but it's that silent thing. So number two is your mental and emotional well-being. Why is that so important? Because we care so much about our children's mental and emotional health, but do you care about yourself? Your health matters just as much as your children's well-being. So engaging in these self-care activities, just throw some examples out here, but journaling, meditation, spending time, quality time with friends, those types of things nurture your own mind and actually your emotions. And this is so vital because it builds emotional resilience almost. It helps you cope better with all of these challenges of estrangement, right? Because you need to have a more positive perspective. Because remember, and you've heard me say this before, you get to choose what you want to believe. You get to choose what your thoughts are, right? And so I encourage you to choose positively, even if what you're seeing in the natural world is not lining up to what the positive thoughts that you need to think. Number three is prevention of burnout. Why is it so important? We don't want to burn out, right? When you burn out, I think you've all been there. And navigating estrangement alongside all your regular work and responsibilities can very easily lead to a burnout. And that's another reason, like I said, self-care acts like almost as a safeguard against burnout, because you have to be depositing good things into your life, because stress is negating it. Stress is taking things out. But by you adding the more positive aspects in your life and taking care of yourself, we need to strike a healthy balance. Eventually, we want to be above that, right? But in the beginning, Heck, if we can just keep a balance, that is a win. That's a huge, huge win. Number 4 is enhanced productivity. Well, you may think, well, what's that all about? Well, if it's a strategy for you to function at your best, because if you're taking care of you, you're going to be able to stay focused. You're going to be able to stay in the present. You're going to be more productive, maybe more creative. I don't know what your world looks like outside of your family, but these things are important because they do enable you to fulfill your own life and responsibilities. And so that is a huge thing. And I wanted to mention too, so if you and I have never chatted before, you can click the discovery call link below. And I want to hear about your current story. I want to hear about your self-care habits or lack of. I would love to learn more about your situation and let you know how I might be able to help. But that's a discovery call link. I have 2 more to share with you here. So number 5 is the physical benefits, which is a huge, huge perk, I promise you. But engaging in even such things as light exercise, going for walks, watching what you eat, sufficient rest, right? Without our bodies heal when we're at rest. And if we're not resting well, it's just so crucial for our bodies. So it's so important. So it also, the physical health benefits it helps to manage your stress and prevent, I hope you hear me, prevent the risk of additional health issues. Because let me tell you, this is what happened to me is physical health started dwindling. I actually had an exam. I had a test done. Now, mind you, a lot of you know my story about how I had abused alcohol. I had gained 70 pounds. I had tons of inflammation in my body. And I had a test done. And what happened is I was told that I would have cancer within a year if I had not. She said, I don't even know you. This is my first time meeting this practitioner. She said, but you have so much inflammation and stress going on inside your body. She said, you need to get something under control. And that was the first aha moment that I realized, like I started this video, do you realize that you have to be okay whether your child is or not? That was my aha moment that I needed to be okay. I needed to do what I needed to do for me in spite of what was happening with her. And so that is just so super important. And with that is also, it boosts your self-esteem, right? It improves your other relationships. All of these things are just so important. So I just want you to remember that self-care is not that luxury. It's a necessity. It is going to increase your self-worth. It's going to give you additional intentional steps to ensure that you're leading a balanced, fulfilling life. And so I hope that helps you today. And just know that you're investing in not only your present, but in your future well-being. Because you, my friend, I promise you that when your son or daughter comes back into your life, if you are someone who's fully estranged, you want to be the best version of you that you can be. Not even just as a mom, but as you as a human. Because that's going to bring a whole new dynamic into your world again. And I promise you're going to want to be prepared for that. And so I look forward to helping you. And I'll see you in the next video.